the time, then later on you look back and say, what a fool was I?
How was the chow?
Very good.
Yeah.
And
He
going
has
through boot
never
camp,
complained about
going-
food of any kind. If I give him a peanut butter jelly sandwich, that's okay. If I give him the full course meal, that's okay.
going through boot camp, I ran into a distant relative of the family. He was a cook.
Really?
So, man, I got fed.
Man.
Who was that?
Junior story.
Oh, I thought he was on Howard's ship. Oh, but he was at
He was
Norfolk.
in Norfolk as a cook when I went through there.
Do you know, they came here to visit us one day, and they were getting ready to go to his ship's reunion. And I said, what ship were you on? He said, I was on the Battalion. I said, so was my brother.
Wow.
And see, and this Junior is his cousin. And I said, it's a small world, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, you said you had how many brothers and sisters?
I had 3 brothers and
2 sisters.
2 sisters.
Did any of your brothers serve?
Well, my oldest brother did. He was in Patton's outfit. But when they got ready to go overseas, they checked him and he turned up with a heart murmur and they kicked him out.
Really?
So he didn't go overseas.
So you?
Yeah, he come up through the reserve, you know. He was in the Army Reserve for years. They getting ready to go overseas and giving him an exam, and he wouldn't take him. They kicked him out.
I was dating him, and my brother was already in the Navy. And they met in Norfolk. And then, did you meet him in Tonga Taboo?
Yeah.
And then you were in the Pacific together. So they were together in the world before they were ever together at home. And so when our families were coming along, we always went camping together into the mountains or down to the beach because we had these campers. And then when it was getting close to both of them to retire, then that's when we came out here. And we bought these lots, and Howard bought the lot over there. And so we were together a lot.
Wow.
Now, my brother joined the Navy in June before he joined in
I didn't
November.
join.
And he was already on convoy duty, taking supplies from the States to Britain, you know, before that. But then they were together several times, several places in the world.
Makes you realize how small a world it is, isn't it?
That's right. Tonga Taboo and all those places down there.
And of all the thousands of people that were in service, that you end up being next to you, or close to your future brother-in-law.
Yeah. We escorted them many times.
It's amazing.
But I wouldn't take nothing for having been there, but I wouldn't want to go back.
Right.
Might, good Lord might give me another chance.
What's the, and this is a question I've asked every veteran we've interviewed, is what, from and I put this in perspective from people that were born after the conclusion of the Second World War, and they have been really critical of the United States decision to use the atom bomb. And so one of the questions I've always asked is, and always to ask veterans who were in the war, their thoughts about the decision to use the atom bomb.
All right, I look at it this way. If the use of an atom bomb will save lives, use it.
Yeah.
It ended the war with Japan. That's the only way we're going to end it for a while.
Because they do the same thing to you.
Right.
You'll see in that video there from those film strips and newsreel things that Guadalcanal was absolutely saturated with Japanese when they went in there to try to repair the air strip so they could use it. It's really something to see.
What? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask what would be your main message to the next generations, future generations of Americans?
Well, I would say if we elected a president that wasn't leaning one way and then leaning the other way. I'm not speaking of the one in there now, I'm speaking overall. That would back us instead of just going out here and all trading off stuff to other nations, and then we got to go and fight them with the ammunition they got over there that we sold them. Same way with the aircraft. We sell them and they bring them over here and teach them, and then they move back.
Right.
How many foreigners do you think we got in this country right now that are not illegally United States residents?
Thousands.
Million.
Yeah.
Coming across the Mexico border down there, about a dozen every day. And it's going to get one day, these people are not going to realize it, but the white man ain't going to find no job. Because they'll work for less.
Yeah. Anything else y'all want to say, add, explain?
No, I do want to thank you people for recognizing us as veterans.
Well, we certainly try, and no matter what we do, I know it's not enough, but
It's just like today, that she was telling me about that a while ago. I didn't know what to say. He says, why in the hell aren't you in the Army?
But see, they don't know, like you said, the whole story.
So
The young
I got
people-
accused of it many a time when I got out early, see, and as far as I say, you can't see anything wrong with me.
right.
When we had Frank's birthday, Bill, our son who was in Vietnam, the children had written kind of a card to him, and we asked Bill to read it, and Daddy got emotional, and Bill couldn't even finish reading it because he was on the ground in Vietnam for a solid year. So he's familiar with a lot of the things that went on. And the young people today that have not been in service, or maybe have not been where a war was going on, they don't really understand what people go through to try to make this a free world to live in, you know.
But you take with the war we got going on over there now. Where are we going to get out of it? They turn around and fight back.
See, I'm an old lady, but I don't understand why Israel and Palestine can't sit down and come up with a workable solution for everybody. Because the Jewish people, I remember during the Holocaust and all that, all they could think about was getting back to the Holy Land, getting back to their homeland. And so they got back there in 48, and here it is 2002. They've been fighting ever since they got back there. I just don't understand. I guess they don't.
Look what Germany did to the Jews.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
Just sacked them up and burned them.
so I live one day at a time. I do the best I can one day at a time. That's all I can do. Try to treat my fellow man like I'd like to be treated.
Well, I look at it this way. If they needed me again, I'd go back. As old as I am, I'd go try.
Give it your best shot.
Well, I certainly appreciate y'all